At 11:42 p.m., I saw the person on the security monitor before I saw anything in the hallway. That was the problem. The camera showed someone standing directly outside my office door, a gray hoodie, hands in their pockets, completely still. I looked up from the monitor and through the narrow window beside my office door. The hallway was empty. Nobody was there. I looked back at the screen. The figure was still standing outside, exactly where the camera said they should be. For a second, I thought the feed had frozen. Then the person moved. Slowly, they turned their head and looked directly into the camera, like they knew I was watching. I checked the hallway again, still empty. No footsteps, no doors opening, nothing. I switched between cameras. The figure only appeared on one, not the cameras leading to my office, not the cameras beyond it, only that one. Then the image flickered and the person was gone. The camera showed someone standing outside my office, but the hallway outside my office was empty. My name is Carl Bennett. At the time, I was 48 years old and working overnight security at a community college outside Columbus, Ohio. I had spent nearly 6 years on that campus. Before security, I worked maintenance. I knew every hallway, every stairwell, every storage room. The campus was closed for the night. A cold rain had been falling since sunset. By 11 p.m., the last students were long gone. Faculty had left hours earlier. Most overnight shifts were quiet. I watched cameras, checked access logs, responded to alarms when they happened. The security office sat inside the administration building near the main entrance. From there, I could monitor most of campus. That night, I was the only officer on duty until midnight relief arrived. At first, I tried convincing myself the figure was nothing more than a camera issue, a frozen frame, a delayed feed, something technical. But there was something about the way that person looked into the camera, something deliberate. The longer I sat there, the harder it became to explain. I replayed the footage again and again. The same thing happened every time the figure appeared. Outside my office, turned toward the camera, disappeared. What bothered me wasn't what I saw. It was what I didn't see. The security monitor wall covered every hallway leading to my office. If someone walked there, they should have appeared on multiple cameras. They didn't. And after disappearing, they never appeared anywhere else either. No hallway, no stairwell, no exit, nothing. I opened the access logs at 11:39 p.m. A side entrance on the east side of campus had been opened using a maintenance override code. Only a few employees knew that code. No maintenance staff were scheduled that night. Still, I found excuses. Maybe facilities forgot to report someone working late. Maybe the system logged the code incorrectly. Maybe it was an administrative mistake. Things like that happened. At least that's what I told myself. But when I looked back at the security monitor wall, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone had entered the building and knew exactly how not to be seen. I decided to check the east side myself, not because I thought I would find anyone, because I wanted to prove nobody was there. The building felt different once I left the office. Too quiet. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead. Rain tapped against distant windows. I walked down the main hallway. Then I heard a door click, soft metal against metal. I stopped. The sound stopped too. For several seconds there was nothing. Then I started walking again. A few moments later, I heard footsteps, slow, measured, somewhere beyond the next intersection. I stopped. The footsteps stopped. I moved. They moved, not closer, not farther away, just matching me. The radio on my shoulder crackled once and dissolved into static. Reception had always been bad on that side of the building, but at that moment it didn't feel like a coincidence. I tried dispatch anyway, no response. Then my phone vibrated, an automatic security alert. Security office door open. I stared at the screen. That didn't make sense. I was on the opposite side of the building. Nobody should have been inside my office. I opened the camera app. The office feed appeared. At first, I thought it was empty. Then I saw movement. A person wearing a gray hoodie stood in front of the security monitor wall, watching camera feeds, watching hallways, watching me. The figure moved toward my desk, opened the top drawer, pulled out paperwork, looked through it, slowly, like they knew exactly where everything was. Then I noticed something worse. They stopped at my desk, picked up the folder I had been working on less than 20 minutes earlier. The same folder that contained my patrol schedule, my routes, my checkpoints. Whoever was inside the school wasn't avoiding me. They were moving me. The person had appeared outside my office, pulled me away from it, and now they were standing exactly where they wanted to be. My breathing suddenly sounded too loud. I backed away from the hallway, entered the nearest classroom, locked the door, turned off the lights, then called 911. While I waited, I kept the camera feed open. The figure walked back toward the office camera, stopped, looked directly into the lens, and reached for it. The police arrived about 8 minutes later. It felt much longer. I stayed inside the dark classroom until officers called my name over the radio. Only then did I unlock the door. 3 officers cleared the building, room by room, floor by floor. Nothing. No suspect, no forced entry, no vandalism, no stolen equipment. When we returned to the security office, the camera pointed at the ceiling, exactly where I had seen the figure move it. My desk drawer was still open. The folder containing my patrol schedule sat in a different place than where I had left it. Small details, but enough to tell me someone had been there. The footage wasn't much help. The gray hoodie appeared several times. Always from behind, the face never showed, not once. It later confirmed that the maintenance override code had been used at 11:39 p.m. No employee admitted using it. No employee should have been on campus. A week later, another review uncovered something worse. The figure had entered the security office 14 minutes before I ever noticed them. For 14 minutes, they stood in front of the security monitor wall, watching camera feeds, watching hallways, watching me move through the building. I never learned who they were. I never learned how they got inside, but that's not the part that stayed with me. The part I still think about is this: he didn't avoid the cameras. He used them to wait until I left the office.